Summer is more than a season to plants. It is their whole existence. During its tri-month term, the green goddess chlorophyll reigns supreme, and her subjects flourish. She tolerates no lagging, for each plant has its assigned task to complete before frost terminates the season's contract. No plant conforms better than monomen, venerable food of the Indian. From the time it lays ribbon leaves upon the water until its bearded kernels plunge head first into the muck below, another summer has run its course. Monomen, or wild rice, grows uncultivated in the shallow bays and along the margins of slow streams in mid-continental North America. When young, it is indistinguishable from other aquatic grasses, but at maturity it takes on the appearance of wheat. Its grain was a major part of the native diet for centuries. In fact, they thought it was worth fighting for. On the shores of some rice fields, arrowheads are mixed with pottery shards. Today's gatherers are of diverse nationalities, but the method of harvesting remains the same. To maximize the harvest, most boats carry two specialists. Their actions dovetail and complement each other. The one who stands erect is the poler, and the one who kneels is the beater. They work in synchronization as each adjusts his actions to the conditions of the field. They are the human component in a rather mechanical process of ricing. The person who pushes the canoe must be of stamina and balance. Standing astern, with duck-bill splayed wide, he literally walks the slanted pole with his hands. The canoe slides forward. The poler is captain of all he surveys, and he must take his job seriously. It is not the time to marvel at the flight of mallard ducks or rail birds. There is a constant, ever-changing campaign to find the ripest and the thickest stands. He must read and interpret the mosaic of the watery plain, since height, density, color, slant, and maturity all influence the rate at which he accumulates cargo. He must avoid the beat-down paths of others and minimize his turnabouts, for they deplete both strength and time. Above all, he must meter out his thrust to accommodate his partner's beating. His partner's world is a tight cynosure of vertical stalks and terminal heads. Alternately embracing the passing armfuls of rice on either side of the boat, he relieves them of their ripe kernels. Repetition ad infinitum. No transient breeze will cool his brow, nor dilute the miasma of the marsh. Ladybugs crawl, rice worms bite, and disembodied beards tantalize the skin along his backbone. But all is not misery in his substrated location. When the rice is falling good, there is a purse-lipped satisfaction derived from the temper of its impingement. There is a lilting rhythm in the action that creates the swish-swish sound as the boat moves along. It is a dance performed by arms and hands, taking the place of cramped legs and feet. The music is drummed from the rice by his sticks. Beat the rice? What a misnomer! How can one embrace with one arm and beat with another? Like a good parent, he may chastise an unruly head, but beat it? Never. His actions are more like wind on water. He presses and then propels the kernels toward the prow, like flotsam is cast upon a beach. They fall and align themselves in multitudes, nestling together, each with its tail up, until the boat's bottom seems covered with a green bear pelt. Yes, there is satisfaction in the beater's routine. Some gatherers will sell their rice, but tell us, O green goddess of the marsh, what can they buy that is half so good as what they sell? It is inside the linear grain where the true value lies. Its credentials are impressive. 1 cup of processed rice contains most of the iron and phosphorus needed daily and yields more than half of the necessary amounts of essential B vitamins. Its protein and carbohydrates will keep a canoeist paddling from breakfast till noon. However, It is in the feeding of our non-physical being that wild rice becomes the most nourishing. When we both gather it and eat it, we consume tangible segments of our land's history. It is memorabilia from an untamed world. Each kernel is a granular memento of this country's past, for wild rice was unknown to other nations. We taste the true America. We are rejuvenated.